Genius Kids. Cultivating love for learning.
Ragularity. Chapter 4. The benefits of regularity. Get connected. Self-awareness. Regular efforts always bring success. Just like a thing as firm as a stone gets eroded with the regular flow of water, any obstacle can be overcome when there are regular efforts to overcome the obstacle. It is said that regularity will give you flow, and consistency will give you the results. Knowledge acquisition. Regularity is a naturally occurring factor. The day is followed by night, rains, which are followed by winters, follow summers. Just as nature follows regularity, people also succeed when they make regular efforts. Let us see some stories of brilliant young people who, with regular efforts, have made stories that can only be called as from rags to riches. Walt Disney was born in 1901 in Chicago. He grew up as one of 5 siblings in a poor neighborhood. When Walt turned 4, they all moved to Missouri. It was in Missouri that he fell in love with drawing. He would draw animals from nearby farms. At the age of 10, when Walt Disney and his family moved to Kansas, his family was so poor that an uncle employed him to sell snacks at railroad stations. Before going to school, he also delivered to newspaper lines. After school, he joined the army and went to fight in the World War II. When he returned, he joined a cartoonist team in the newspaper business, but since there was quite a recession, he was thrown out from this job. He was unemployed and had to fail businesses when he was 22. Walt Disney, on the other hand, excelled at consistent efforts. He never gave up and continued to pursue his dream. He wrote and animated many books. Finally, he and his brother pooled together all their resources and set up a studio. Using a second-hand camera and his drawings, he tried to sell the Aliens in Cartoonland series. After a lot of rejections, he and his brother were excited when they heard back from Margaret Winkler. A few years later, Walt Disney was shocked to find that the Winklers had poached his best employees and stolen his ideas. However, he did not admit defeat. He drew up another cartooner mouse who had all humane characteristics. He named it Mortimer, but his wife thought that children would like to call it Mickey. Soon the cartoon began to catch up. After a few years, the cartoon studio began to catch up. A few years later, as Walt Disney sat in a park watching his daughters enjoy on the merry-go-round, he had a brilliant idea. In 1954, the Disney theme park opened its gates for everyone. Immediately, it began to be known as the magical place. Even though Walt Disney is long gone, his dream has lived on. What do you think would have happened if he had given up the very first time, if he wasn't regular with his efforts? None of these achievements would have been possible. Today, who hasn't heard about Harry Potter? But did you know that before Harry Potter was published as a series of books, the author, J.K. Rowling, spent 7 long years with the manuscript? She wrote the books, but wasn't happy with a few parts. So she regularly updated it, and then finally found a publisher who accepted it. She mostly wrote the books while sitting in a cafe. She had her baby daughter in the pram with her. Writing while nearly penniless, she struggled on and regularly approached the publishers until she found one who believed in her dream. From there, it has been an unparalleled journey for her. Both of these stories show what regular efforts and having faith in yourself and dreams can do.
Like, share and subscribe.